This is TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast, and the State of the Saints podcast is brought to you by Manscaped.com. Over 2 million men worldwide choose Manscaped for all their below-the-waist needs. For those that loved the Lawnmower 3.0, well, I got news for you. The Manscaped engineering team has confirmed that they have successfully created the Lawnmower 4.0. The Lawnmower 4.0 gives you the ability to turn the 4000K LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave. The new trimmer even allows you to customize your trim all through additional guards lengths, sizes 1 through 4. And looks-wise, it's sleek with a two-tone matte and gloss finish, even features a hot foil stamp, black chrome Manscaped logo. Show your more off loud and proud. Go to manscaped.com, use the promo code STATEOFSAINTS, and you will save 20% off of the Lawnmower 4.0 as well as other Manscaped items. That's manscaped.com. Hey, what's going on, Who Dat Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. This is the post-game show for the Week 4 game. The New Orleans Saints lose to the New York Giants by a score of 27-21. Before I get started, before I break down this game, I just want to say that the New Orleans Saints football team owes the city of New Orleans, all the people in the Gulf Coast region, and all Saints fans from coast to coast, they owe them an apology. The New Orleans Saints, as a staff, organization, and mother-loving crew, owe the New Orleans Saints fans from New Orleans, Gulf Coast, all across the country, they owe them an apology. You wait until you get back into the Superdome, familiar territory among fans, friends, people that rely on this team each and every week. Our emotions are basically based on how this team performs. And you go out here and you display one of the worst performances you have all season long. You have individuals who have been cleaning the mold off of their walls. You have individuals that are taking slimy, smelly clothes to the garbage can. You have individuals that can't even walk into their houses without putting masks on so they won't inhale the mold inside of their homes. And for a couple of hours, they came with their hard-earned money to the Caesars Superdome just to get away from what's going on in their actual lives. Because what we've seen over the last 3 weeks, we saw a team that we felt like we can believe in, a team that we thought that we can count on. And despite anything that's going on in our everyday life, at least we got the Saints. And not only did the New Orleans Saints lose this football game, but they embarrassingly lost this football game. People can miss me with that, all that, oh, this is a trap game, this is a trap game. No, 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 no. The Saints knew what this game meant to the city. They knew what this game meant to Saints fans. And they went out there and they just allowed the New York Giants to do whatever the hell they wanted to do to them. I mean, Daniel Jones could literally knit a freaking sweater in that pocket. I want to say the last pass I seen him throw, I think he might have had almost 6 seconds. He almost had like 6 seconds to read through his progressions in order for him to throw the ball and deliver it. Now, I watch quite a bit of football, and I know for a fact, if you give a quarterback that type of time, I don't care who you have in your secondary. I don't care who you got out there. They're going to get torched. They're going to get straight up, downright torched. The defensive front of the New Orleans Saints looked like a bunch of punks out there. Them boys didn't get like no type of pressure on Daniel Jones at all. The offensive line of the Giants, who have struggled year in, year out, they made them boys look like they was the Great Wall of Dallas in the 90s. And the secondary, I mean, it was just absolutely embarrassing, man. I mean, when you giving up a 3rd and 18, a 3rd and 18, a 3rd and 14, tells you everything that you need to know. But once again, they need to apologize to the city of New Orleans, the Gulf Coast region, and Saints fans all across the country, because this was a piss poor display. And I apologize for my language, but it is what it is. That was absolutely pathetic. That was horrible. Where do I start? I mean, where do I start? 3rd and 18, giving that up. 3rd and 14, giving that up. When you have Jameis Winston cooking, throws a pass down the field to Kenny Stills, dude delivering the ball down the field to Callaway on a dime, on a rope, and you kill the momentum by bringing in Taysom Hill, Mr. Throw the Punt, the guy who throws deep passes that look like Blake Gillikin is kicking punts. But you go and try to throw the ball with Taysom Hill. After all that momentum, Jameis Winston cooking, moving, rolling out of the pocket, finding open receivers, throws the ball downfield to Kenny Stills for a touchdown, call back. But how do you follow that up? You put Taysom Hill in the game to try to throw the ball down the field? Why? Why? It's pretty obvious that Taysom Hill was cooking in a running game. I just don't understand Sean Payton sometimes. I just don't. When this dude got a hot hand, when he got somebody rolling, he goes out here and he just flips the script. It was just same way. It worked in their favor a couple of years ago when they played the Chargers on Monday night. When Drew Brees on that final drive, he was cooking. I mean, completing passes, got them boys down the field. Then in comes Taysom Hill. He runs up the gut for a touchdown. Sean Payton does not know how to read the room. It's absolutely ridiculous. It is embarrassing the way that this dude can't read the room. Jameis was cooking. Dude was throwing the ball where it needed to be. I mean, he was on. And all of a sudden you bring in Taysom Hill to try to throw a pass when he has proven that he does not have really good deep ball skills. Pathetic. And the defense, my goodness. Cam Jordan couldn't, you know what I'm saying, not getting home. You know what I'm saying? Defensive interior lineman not getting home. Like, man, come Peyton Turner. Man, these guys was out there getting absolutely worked by this offensive line. I mean, got Daniel Jones looking like he the second coming of Joe Montana. And once again, the Saints living up to the moniker, making mediocre quarterbacks look like elite quarterbacks when they play this defense. They picked the worst game to play at their worst. They picked their worst game to play at their worst. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. Seriously. Because everybody knows that this defense is capable of playing better. They know that they're capable of playing better. We've seen it for weeks. But you come home in front of your fans, and these people that's relying on you to give them some sense of normal. And you gave them a sense of normal. The same old song and dance. If the offense ain't performing, the defense can't stop a nosebleed. And how many of us actually believe that the defense was going to get a stop in overtime? Not me. When the Giants won that coin toss, I knew for a fact the Saints wouldn't get the ball back based on how the defense was playing. Absolutely, positively pathetic. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. And as a Saints fan, I'm ashamed for them. Let me see what you all have to say. Let me read some of your comments. Then we'll open up the phone lines. But I mean, I'm not even mad so much about the game. I feel bad for the people that bought a ticket. I feel bad for the people that's going through all these different problems in their lives to go watch this team lay an egg and look as pathetic and piss poor as they did today. Sad. Absolutely sad. I mean, it's awful. Awful. 504 says, agreed. Today we stunk up the joint for me. It was the delayed game on the last drive we had. Who the hell was watching the damn clock? That killed us. And yes, we got absolutely no pressure today. Look, they couldn't do anything today besides like make the Giants like look like they were some world beaters. This was sad, man. I mean, honestly, I was so confident early in the week about this game because I just knew for a fact like the Saints are not going to let down their fan base. They know how much this game means to people. This is the first game that was sold out since the wild card game 2 years ago. So everybody was excited about this. Everybody was excited about them coming back. And they were going to feed off of that momentum. Like, if you're going to be playing like this, look, I'm sorry, but if y'all going to play like this at home, I'd rather y'all just take y'all show on the road. Just play every game away. If this means that playing at home going to have y'all playing like some pussycats. Straight up. Because, I mean, I don't want to see this. This was sad, man. This was sad. Can't break his rhythm when he is on fire. Who that? Yeah, I know y'all not happy, but don't let this loss haunt you for the rest of your life. It's not about haunting anybody for the rest of their life, Jerry. It's just sad. It's just sad, man. I'm gonna find optimism tomorrow and all that kind of stuff, but I feel bad for the people that's going through. People that I know personally that's going through, that's having problems, that went to this game. All these people, all these different scenarios going on in their life, and they wanted to go out there to still believe in something. You got individuals back in 2005 lost everything that they had due to Hurricane Katrina. Rebuild their lives, and then they're going through the same situation again. And the one thing that they felt like they can believe in was this football team. And this team let the city down. They let them down. Like this, like honestly, man, this is like to me, and people might feel like I'm over exaggerating, but this is like a playoff loss to me because of what this actually meant. Like what this actually means to people. This was like today wasn't just a regular football game. It was a battle of emotions that people feel. It was having the hopes and beliefs of individuals in your hands, and you drop the damn ball, literally and figuratively. So I can't accept that. This wasn't just any other game to me. Till one said, this makes me so mad about how people trash Drew Brees. He would have never let this happen. Man, this ain't have nothing to do with the quarterback play. Honestly, if we're just being real, I mean, Jameis Winston was probably one of the bright spots on the field. Like, if we're complaining about something, I'm not complaining about Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston played really well, like really, really good. Okay, like he was balling today. If anybody got something to say and complain about quarterback and all that kind of stuff there, and you know what I'm saying, we need this person, that person at the quarterback position. Look, I just feel like once again, that's people's, and I'm not saying you're saying this tier one, but I just feel like if people still up here talking about that, then this man can never win in your eyes. Jameis Winston is like way down the totem pole when it comes to who's responsible for their loss. Seriously. Who does Peyton answer to? I don't know who he answers to. I guess nobody. You know what I'm saying? He the head coach. But too many damn sexy plays, being too cute. You know, like I don't know, man. Being too cute in this game. All these exotic plays when they don't need to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to put a square peg into a round hole. Like if your quarterback is cooking, if the offense is moving down the field, why come in and have this whole change of pace thing? Does he not understand this? Like if you're a wide receiver and you're used to a certain type of quarterback and the way that they throw the ball and the way that they deliver the ball, okay? And then all of a sudden he leaves the game and somebody else come in. That's a whole different type of pass that's coming your way. That's a different spiral. That's a different level of timing. So you basically changing the pace of the game. And why? Like, honestly, man, like how many times do we have to see Taysom Hill throw punts for us to realize that he can't throw the deep ball? I mean, seriously. Like the dude like cannot throw the deep ball. Okay, if he's throwing a deep ball, then you got to have yourself a wide receiver that can make him look good. Did we not see that Emmanuel Sanders pass that he threw? Emmanuel Sanders caught that thing like it was a punt. He ran underneath the pass. Honestly, how many times do we have to see this dude try to throw the ball downfield for us to understand that he cannot consistently throw the ball down the field on a rope? He cannot throw the pass down the field and stride to these speedy receivers. Like, I don't understand that. You cannot make this happen. Like what you had Taysom Hill doing in the game as a power H-back, cool. It was working. Keep that up. You know what I'm saying? Keep him coming in. Have him changing it up. Since Tony Jones is hurt, let Taysom come in and be a change of pace for Alvin Kamara. But try to throw the ball downfield after you seen. It's not like Jameis threw the ball down the field and it was almost picked off or something. Like the dude hit Kenny Stills. So if you're going to try to take another shot downfield to Deontay Harris, why not let Jameis do it? Because if Jameis would have threw the ball to Deontay Harris would have scored. It was the delay of the pass where Bradbury got opportunity to jump under the pass. I mean, I don't understand it. Like, why are you trying to make something work that ain't there? I just don't get it. Tyrone says, TJ, the Saints beat the teams we are not supposed to beat, and the teams we're supposed to beat, we be sleep. Yeah. Man, I don't know, man. Let's see. CJ Gardner Johnson says, I feel bad for them boys. I'm glad we got humbled. Love your show, TJ. Look, I don't blame him for saying that, because before the show actually started and before, the game actually started, I felt like, I felt the same way, because I felt like they were going to be so motivated to play in front of their home crowd that it would be impossible for the Giants to lose this football game. So yes. I feel the same way. So I don't blame him for saying that, but you got to back it up. And they did not. I am getting tired of Taysom. I'm not getting tired of Taysom because, look, I'm not going to talk, about Taysom and make it seem like, oh, he just god awful. Because, I mean, when he went into beast mode, I'm pretty sure everybody would jump around their couch and dance around their living room. It's just what they're asking him to do is just not a good idea, okay? Taysom is a valuable asset to the New Orleans Saints. He is a weapon. He is a guy that is a momentum changer. He's a fire starter. He generates electricity. But there are some things that he is not good at, like throwing the ball down the field on deep passes, okay? It's just not going to happen. That's just not his lane. His deep balls, they flail in the air. You know what I'm saying? They look like punts. It is what it is. If you're asking him to throw an out route, yeah. If you're asking him probably to roll out of the pocket and find a player that's probably 10 yards up the field, yes. But try to throw the ball at over 20, 25 yards, that is not his lane. He is not good at that. Go back and take a look at it. For all the Taysom Hill lovers out there, you know what I'm saying, that's just think for some apparent reason that's living on planet Huriptine, and I made that crap up, who believe that Taysom Hill is a better passer of the football than Jameis. That dude cannot throw the ball down the field. I'm sorry, he cannot. He cannot throw the deep ball. If he was playing Madden, his deep ball throws would be at 20. He is not good at throwing the football. Sorry to hurt some of y'all feelings. Some of y'all probably mad. You cannot make somebody something that they are not. Okay? You can look in the mirror, you can scream, you can cry, you can boo-hoo, you can talk about what Taysom do this and Taysom do that. Taysom is a really good football player, but when it comes to throwing the ball down the field, he sucks. You can you go ahead and convince yourself of that. You ain't gonna convince me. The dude is not a good thrower of the football. He is not. He can make some throws, but he is not a great thrower of the football. The dude throwing punts out there, and some of y'all still will be okay with that. You know, long as he out there running people over and dropping the shoulder, because you don't understand how to differentiate a person that generates electricity from actually playing a quarterback position. Y'all always trying to talk about Taysom Hill and, you know what I'm saying, and what he actually does. Y'all don't know how to differentiate how he makes you feel as far as emotionally and him actually playing a position. Because most of y'all get behind y'all screens and y'all comment and y'all make all these stupid assessments based on your emotions because you like Taysom, because you think that he's good at dropping the shoulder and you're excited about that. All of a sudden, it just makes him a good quarterback. That does not make him a good quarterback. That makes him a good football player, and that makes your take absolutely asinine. Dude is a good football player. Quarterback, he is not. Taysom is better than Jameis. Yeah. Thank you very much for the $2. Planet you rip time. Yeah. Hoodie Drew say, what up, TJ? Bad L, but enjoyed the game with subs. Well, that's good. You know, I'm glad you enjoyed the experience. I'm sorry that you didn't get a win. That would have made this game much better. This was pathetic, man. This was pathetic. But I'm about to open up the phone lines, see what you all have to say. Lattimore got beat a couple times too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like on that play, I think on that play with Saquon Barkley, I mean, you know what I'm saying? He kind of bit on, you know what I'm saying, that fate, and he was able to get behind him. But I mean, there was a few plays where, you know, there were a few plays where he actually made some good plays, like jumping in front of Kyle Rudolph with that interception. I mean, almost had an interception on that play on the goal line. So, I mean, but I don't know, man. I'm just over it, man. I'm over it. This was sad, man. There was some sad stuff. Black Preacher, man, sports fan. Winston balled this game. Peyton held him down. I agree with that. I'm gonna go to Josh. Josh, what's going on, man?
Wow, you let me in as soon as I called in. How about that?
Yeah, man. I mean, look, I said everything pretty much I had to say as far as the opening dialogue, but what you thought about the game, man?
Well, don't have a lot of real words for it, man. I'm not really too upset though. I kind of figured this was going to happen because the Saints do have a history, like somebody just said in the comments, of losing to bad teams, especially early in the season. Remember, we always have these incredibly slow starts, and then they're always followed by these like 5 and 6 game winning streaks. Granted, we don't have Drew Brees around, but we still have Sean Payton, and a lot of that winning magic after our bad starts over the years has come from Sean Payton too, as well as Drew Brees.
All right.
So we'll get this together, man. But I don't know. I guess I was calling in thinking I could hit some more. What?
I said I'm just at a loss for words, man. I'm serious. Like this was sad, man. This was sad.
Well, I don't know, man. And I thought I was going to have something intelligent to say. I guess I just don't, man. All I'm just going to really say is that this is just our typical early season crap that we usually do. And it'll get better. We'll probably have like one more bad loss in the next week or two. Then we'll probably rip off like a 5 games, winning streak. This is what the Saints do every year. So like, we just gotta sort of wait for it. Now, as with Jameis, they definitely have to get him into just like and I know Sean Payton doesn't want to rush him, but they definitely have to get him more comfortable with just going all over the place without making stupid mistakes, I guess you could say. I don't know how much they're working on that in practice or whatnot, or if Sean plans to keep him as sort of a I don't want to call him a check down quarterback, but you know what I mean.
Game manager.
Well, yeah, but if Sean's plan is to keep him a game manager for this whole year, then that's fine. But we probably won't get really far this year with that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but I don't know, man. Like,
yeah, I look, the way that I look at it, man, is very, very simple. This was a game where I feel like Jameis Winston probably could have threw 3, even 4 touchdowns. You know, I mean, he was cooking. The dude was cooking. Like it's some games where you'll see Jameis, you know, throw the ball, he'll be running out of the pocket, he'll hit like a wide receiver feet. You know what I'm saying? He'll be inaccurate. Every pass this dude threw for the most part was like on the money. Passes down the field, he was throwing them on a rope. Like he was making like some really good decisions. And this was like one of those, like this was the game where you was supposed to, yeah, this was the game that you should have opened it up. They should open it up, man. And he didn't. He didn't.
Well, I think a lot of that is Sean Payton kind of holding his hand a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, I understand Sean wanting to keep the reins on, but you've got to, we are, what are we, a quarter way through the season now?
Right.
So we got to take, I don't think Sean should completely take the restraints off of Jameis.
Right.
But he's shown enough talent, like he's shown that he can handle more than maybe Sean thought he could handle at the beginning of the season, maybe is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
But then again, that goes back to, our receivers are still like what they are and everything like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there's that too. So I don't know. When is Michael coming back? I don't even remember. Is he supposed to come back next week?
Goes to come back after the bye week. So it'll be
After
like
the
6
bye
weeks. Yeah, so he'll be back after the bye week. I mean, that's when he'll be off the PUP list. So I don't know if, but he'll be off the PUP list after the bye week. So hopefully he can play in that week 7 game, when they play the Seahawks. But I don't know. All right, but Josh, I got a couple more calls, man, I got to get to, but thank you so much for your comments. I appreciate it. And call back anytime. And I'll make sure, man, I'm gonna send that video for you, man. I'm gonna do it when I'm done with this. All right.
We could always still call Des Bryant. You know what I mean?
Man,
just mess with it. All right.
Man. All right, take it easy. Yeah, man, it's Josh, man. I'm at a loss for words, man. All I can say is this. People got mad at me. All of Jameis Winston, spies out there, come in the form of a private profile and say I don't know what I'm talking about when I say Jameis, and Sean Payton don't trust Jameis. Man, you making a narrative. I mean, look no further than this game. I'm serious. Like, the dude was actually cooking. Like, this dude was cooking. Like, and I just feel like if it was like one of them games where, people would change like a narrative about what they thought about Jameis Winston as a quarterback and as a passer, they would have had to respect this game that he would have put up. This could have easily like been a 3-4 touchdown game if he would have put this in the hands of Jameis. And man, look, you looking at these stats, like seriously, offensively, looking at these stats down the board. Now, this is like one of the main reasons why this loss hurts to me. We've been talking about for weeks about how the receivers can't get separation, right? So finally the receivers get separation. They make some big plays. We've been talking about how the Saints ain't been throwing the ball down the field with deep shots down the field enough. A bunch of deep shots down the field. They were talking about the running game, how we need to utilize the running game and have, and use Alvin Kamara. He goes over 100 yards, 120 yards, 24 carries. But all of a sudden, like when the offense started clicking, the defense decided that they want to channel their inner 2015. I mean, it's amazing. Like, it's amazing, man. Like, why can't we have the best of both worlds? Why can't we have a game where we have lights out defense and the offense cooking? I mean, I just don't know. Oh man. Let me read this donation here. Roger, thank you very much for $5. Says, what do you think about the rookie of Debo? He had a bad game. And I'm just calling it that. It was a bad game. Everybody, gonna pick on the dude talking about he suck and all that kind of stuff there. Dude had a bad game. Dude is a rookie. Dude is going to make mistakes. Dude is going to get picked on. I don't think that determines that he's a bad player. But in the eyes of some Saints fans who live by, from play to play, he's now our new Eli Apple. He's our new Ken Crawley. But a couple weeks ago, like, the dude was oh, he's so smart, he's so talented, we got something there. Knock it off, man. The dude had a bad game. Dude got picked on. Dude a rookie. He gonna have better games, in my opinion, than he have games like this. So I'm not gonna hold this against this dude, and I don't think you should either. Point blank, period. Like, he had a bad game, but that's how we do. That's how we pick our cornerbacks. They have a bad game, they're gonna forever be terrible. Dude had a bad game, and I think that he's a really good football player. I'm going to King Arthur. King Arthur, how you doing, man?
Lord have mercy, dog. I'm doing good, bro. How you doing, man? Your blood pressure still high?
Man, my blood pressure fine. Like, I'm serious, man. Like, I was just upset about this for the people, man. I can care less about how they feel as a team, man. They just laid an egg and they just let the whole city down, man. I'm just being serious.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I felt the same way. Like, I'm in Atlanta. They stay hating on the Saints, so I can't watch the game, not even on YouTube TV. Right. But I'm sitting here looking at this thing, bro, and I'm like, okay, we up 21-10.
Mm-hmm.
What we had, about 9 minutes to go? Something like that?
Yeah.
And you say you ain't have nothing to say, bro. I got a lot to say. I ain't gonna take up all the time, but I got a lot to say. This loss was worse than that Panthers loss. I don't care what nobody said. It was worse because not only did you lay an egg, them people didn't have their starting 2 receivers, and you got carved up for 405 yards. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody said about Jameis. Jameis was cooking. Sean Payton is like, the way he called this game was like when you in high school and a girl constantly hitting on you and you can't tell that she like you, so you say something stupid or hit her back. Like, bro, can't you tell that she like you? Can't you tell that Jameis is cooking? Let this man loose. Either put him on a bench or let this man loose, bro. Like, he's showing that he's actively trying to make good decisions. The dude is flinging the ball down the field with accuracy and throwing pinpoint passes. What else does he need to show you?
Look, King Arthur, hold that point. I'm just gonna say this about Sean Payton. Sean Payton is an egomaniac. I'm just being serious. Sean Payton has a huge ego, and his ego, in a lot of ways, in a lot of crucial moments, and in a lot of like big games, it gets the best of him. Now, he has those moments when he want everybody to see how much of a genius he is, right? So instead of you like basically just doing the obvious, right, and it's working. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna bring in Taysom Hill, and I'm gonna let him throw the ball down the field to show that not only can Jameis throw this pass, but Taysom can do it too. It's times where he just wants to show people how much of a genius he is, and it comes back and bite him in the ass. Like, seriously, and it hurts the team. Like, how many times like have we seen this over the course of time where the New Orleans Saints be cooking, driving down the field, momentum going in their way, then all of a sudden he go with a triple reverse to Devery Henderson, or like like a flea flicker that just don't belong nowhere, like a flea flicker on a 3rd and 1. Like, just nonsensical BS. Dude is an egomaniac, man. I like him. His ego is the reason why the team is successful, but they're also the reason why we can't seem to get over the hump in crucial moments.
Man, look, sitting here looking at Bleacher Report, watching this thing go play for play and seeing chunk play after chunk play of Danny Dimes going down the field. No pass rush. TJ, you know football better than anybody, dog. If you don't have a pass rush, that makes it harder on the secondary.
Right.
That's why,
and that's the thing. That's why when people like, man, what's wrong with the secondary today? What are you talking about? Like, if this dude an offensive line is supposed to really literally hold, hold for like 3 seconds, right? Before like pressure comes to the quarterback. Quarterback should have the ball out of his hand. This man holding the ball 5, 6 seconds. This man can literally read through his progression 2 and 3 times. So what do you think? Even if you have really good coverage, by that time, wide receivers are breaking off their routes. So basically, it's the cornerback chasing after the wide receivers. So, you know what I'm saying? How can you sit up there, man, what's wrong with the corners? It works together. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a choir, right? You know what I'm saying? If somebody's singing off tune, then to make the whole choir look bad. How can you expect the cornerbacks to play and ball out when these dudes are breaking, have time to break off routes, and basically you playing park ball at this time? You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm telling you, okay, if you're a cornerback, I'm a wide receiver, right? And you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna run an out route. I want you to run an out route. So I go up 10 yards and I cut towards the sidelines, right? And then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? Like the quarterback stay out of the ball and say, oh, snap, let me run across the field. He might find me wide open. How do you expect, like, honestly, while people picking on these cornerbacks, how do you expect these cornerbacks to cover a guy for 5-6 seconds? Seriously.
Right.
Like, if you
some of the best dudes in the league.
You don't know football if you sitting up here, you know what I'm saying, criticizing these cornerbacks for, you know what I'm saying, an offensive line holding for a quarterback for more than 6 seconds. Don't like miss me with that stuff, man. If you want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, guys like getting, you know what I'm saying, like separation and hand fighting on quick slants over a cornerback, fine. But when guys breaking off their routes and these dudes got to chase them around the field like they on some old Benny Hill type crap, man, miss me with that, bro. Like, seriously. Like, seriously, man. Like, that's not football. You know what I'm saying? Football is about getting, you know what I'm saying, getting pressure, getting the ball out the quarterback hands, you know what I'm saying, and be able to, you know, like, I don't know, man.
That's where I'm at, bro. Like,
stick with this stuff, man.
Who that nation? Y'all, it's okay for you to be frustrated, bro, but y'all can't be prisoners of the moment. And TJ, you know, we got a lot of people like that, and even in this chat, we got a lot of prisoner of the moment type people.
Man,
you can't, direct your frustration where it needs to be. You don't dealing with Sean Payton ego. We don't know which Saints team finna show up. You know, because when he should have quote unquote got cute and started letting a quarterback cook. That's when you should have let Jameis do it, because he proved throughout the course of that game that he can find open receivers. And then you want to bring Taysom Hill in here and throw off the momentum.
Why? Why, dude? Like, why? Like, it didn't make no sense, man. It made absolutely no sense, like, at all, man. Like, it didn't make no sense. Like seriously. That, you know what I'm saying? That's like equivalent to like running the ball down the field and just stopping right before you get to the end zone and just rolling the football like a bowling ball to the back of the end zone for a touchback. That's what type of sense that made. None. Like, this dude literally threw the ball down the field. I'm talking Jameis Winston to Kenny Stills. If you want to take another deep shot to Deontay Harris, cool. But use the dude that's cooking down the field. Use Jameis. He throwing dimes to Callaway down the field. This dude threw a dime to Kenny Stills down the field. Then all of a sudden, here you come with the most asinine, nonsensical BS and Taysom Gilliam throwing the ball down the field looking like a punt. What in the hell is going on? But King Arthur, man, I got to take some more calls, man. I appreciate your take, man. You call back anytime, man.
Ain't no problem, bro.
Take it easy, man. Man, that made no sense at all. That made no sense. Somebody please make sense out of that to me. That makes no sense. This man, like, Cordero says, thank you for the $2. Says, go Giants. I mean, look, this is y'all day to, you know, y'all day in the sun. You know, that was a good mighty comeback. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna try to take away from them dudes. You know, like, you down by 11 late in the fourth quarter and you muster up enough strength and enough ability to try to force overtime and then win a football game. Man, I ain't got no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? They play really good. And you know, as much flack as this dude got when he was coaching the Cowboys, Jason Garrett called one hell of a game as offensive coordinator for the Giants. I'm serious. Like, Jason Garrett, this was this man find his hour, because Dennis Allen had absolutely no answer for this dude. Like, seriously, no answer. I mean, everything that he was doing, he was calling out there. I mean, he was making Dennis Allen look absolutely horrible, made him look like he was a first-year defensive coordinator out in that thing. We're going to go to Tim. Tim, what's going on, man? How you doing?
What up, TJ Jones?
Man, what's going on, Tim? Very disappointing game, to say the least. Pathetic display by the black and gold today.
You know, my sentiment is exactly, TJ, I hope everything's going well with you. But, you know, every minute, I just have a couple of things to say. I know a bunch of people are probably in the chat, but like literally every quarter, my mom kept coming into the room and saying, what's going on? Is it over? Did we win? And I kept looking at her, and I had the exact same sinking feeling you had when you saw the Giants win that coin toss. And honestly, I ask you a couple of questions, TJ. What was the
Yeah,
last game we played in the Superdome with a full capacity crowd?
That was against the Vikings in that wild card game.
And where did that game go to?
Overtime.
And did the Saints ever get the ball back?
No, they did not.
So I'm not trying to say this is a repetition of the past, but honestly, like before this Friday, I was watching the rebirth, what's it called, the documentary on the Saints coming back after Hurricane Katrina, and
Yeah.
it legit brought tears to my eyes just to realize how much passion and fight each member of the team, from special team Steve Gleason to every single player, put to win that game for the city, for
Right.
the whole state. And like they were talking about what the people had to experience when the Superdome was basically like the refuge for people.
Yep.
And then I looked at this team and I'm watching them play, and I'm just like, these guys aren't playing with the same heart as the Saints of 2006. And honestly, like, we know the talent of the defense. Like, we're not just going to pretend that Marshall Lattimore is not a great cornerback or Demario Davis is not all pro. But the mindset was not there. Like, I cannot, like, no matter what people say about, the offensive line, the defensive line ain't doing this, when you're not finishing your tackles, when you're allowing 3rd and 14s, 3rd and 18s, at that point, it's just you and the running back, you and the wide receiver, period. There's no offensive line, there's no defensive line. It's just you, your stadium, and the offense and the running back trying to get a first down. And you literally let him get 18 yards on his feet. And that just kept happening. They were saying that the Giants actually had 4 of 11 third downs, because post 4th down, every single first down was after a second down. They got a 2nd and 7 first down, 2nd and 5 first down, 2nd and 9 first down. And I'm just watching this defense, and like Joshua said, like, to be honest, as Saints, like, for the team, this is how we do. We literally were 2-2 last season. Then we went up and played against the Lions. But for the fans, the people who came, who sacrificed everything to watch this team, I don't know if their heart or their fight or their passion is the same as the 2006 team. And I want to leave that in the past because it's a new team, it's a new generation. But they have to learn how to they have to learn that discipline and that passion before they move on. Because what's the point of watching the Saints' first 4 seasonal games if it's going to be the same thing? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, if we know it's going to be the exact same situation over and over and over again, the Saints are going to come out flat, and then by the bye, we'll all come back and then hopefully make for a playoff push. But I don't know, like you said, I'm literally at a loss of words. Jameis Winston, and you know what's crazy? If I told you, TJ, that Jameis was going to have almost 200 yards, like 240 yards, Alvin Kamara was going to rush for more than 100 yards, Taysom was going to have 2 touchdowns. That was going to be the stats of the game. How do you think the game would have turned out? Before you watch the game, I just told you the stats.
Yeah, I like I said, I said that like earlier. Every issue offensively that people have been complaining about, the Saints exercised today, from the downfield passes, from receivers getting separation, from utilizing Alvin Kamara in the running game, having him carry the mail, from Jameis Winston throwing the ball, you know what I'm saying, more than 150 yards a game. Like all the things that people have been criticizing the offense about for the last 3 weeks, the Saints fixed. Offensive line, you know what I'm saying? I even see Cesar Ruiz, 51 is the mic. I'm like, Cesar Ruiz even calling out pressures. Every single thing that you're seeing that was offensively, they fixed.
Absolutely.
But the defense went out there, like I said, man, they channeled their into 2015. It's just unbelievable. Freaking believable, man.
And like, I was getting hyped. Sorry, just gonna say this last thing. Even like Andres Pete, that second Taysom Hill touchdown, he pulled guard and flattened the defensive end. I'm like, yo, is that Andres Pete on top?
When you got Andres Pete out there playing all world, you know you need to win. This is one of them, like, Tim, real talk, this is one of them games, like, if we're like at the end of the season and the Saints are trying to fight for their playoff lives, because I mean, look, I'm just being real. Carolina lost today. but they still 3-1.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure most likely Tom Brady and Tampa Bay probably gonna get the job done out there in New England. So we sitting up in here 2-2 with the trash bag Falcons. You know what I'm saying? And like, man, when you like in a division fight like that, these type of games, man, these the games you gotta win. If it was an AFC opponent, we lost like this, it wouldn't be that bad. But you lost to the Panthers and you let one go against the Giants. So when you have these playoff scenarios and round, you know what I'm saying, week 15, 16, we gotta hope and pray that somebody lose. These are the type of games that we gonna remember, man, because this was a game that you were supposed to win, especially since you about to play play games where you're playing division champions. You know what I'm saying? You got to play Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? As much as I dislike the Cowboys, they balling right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a guarantee that you're going to beat the football team because Ron Rivera is very familiar with the Saints. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like he don't know how to beat you. So for us to just think, oh, man, we gonna bounce back versus the football team, you don't know that for sure. Saints should be going into the bye at 2-3.
Absolutely. And I guess this game should show us that it's football. We all are reminded. And like, if anything, TJ, I was on your side saying this was going to be a Herculean effort for the Giants to win. But at the end of the day, I am so upset to say this, that no matter what team, no matter what the stakes are, once you step on that field, it is your mindset. And if your mindset is to play to win, you will win. If you're playing not to lose, you will lay an egg. And that is 21-10. TJ, come on, 21-10. Like at that point, I'm thinking, okay, maybe we just run the ball, keep running the ball and do this stuff. But like, yeah, the offense will make mistakes. Honestly, like obviously with Taysom, like literally the same thing happened last 2 years ago. Taysom threw a bomb and then Drew tried to do the same thing, picked off. Literally the exact same thing happens 2 years later. And I'm just like, okay, defense, you guys know what you're playing for, but you're letting them beat you over the same thing over and over and over and over again. And like, it just got to the point where it was painful to watch. And like, obviously we're going to be there for the next game, but it's just like, in my mind now, I don't care about stats. I don't care about what we've done in the past, what we even did in this game. Whatever mindset we come into in the next game is how we're going to play. If we want to play like winning football, we're going to play. And if we want to play like we don't want to lose the game, we're going to lose. So like people saying, oh, the Washington NFC, it's like, that doesn't mean anything after this game. Like that should tell everybody in the chat, no matter what team you play, it is the mindset that you play with. And we gave up. We literally gave up trying not to lose. Sorry, TJ, I was just
nah, Tim. I mean, look, I was listening
I'm not
to
even
you.
from New Orleans. I'm Canadian.
I mean, but you made some good points, man. And I feel like this is going to be one of those games, that the Saints are going to regret that they lost. But Tim, thank you so much, man. Thank you for your comments and your passion, man. And call back anytime, my friend.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks again, brother.
All right, take it easy. Yeah, man. Shouts out to Tim out there in Canada, man. But I tell you, this is bad, man. Like seriously, like this is bad. And also, man, I want to make this correction. I said that the Falcons were 2-2. How big? What a mistake. Okay, me thinking that the Falcons actually 500 team. They actually won 1-3. Okay, so my mistake. I actually gave the Falcons way too much credit. We all know that they don't belong nowhere in 500 territory, and they belong in a basement where they actually always and forever will be. Let me read some comments before I get to Chris. Let's see. Tilo says, damn straight, if Winston threw that pick, the whole media would be clowning him. Now Taysom does it, and no one is calling for his head. Because it don't fit that narrative. Jameis Winston is playing some really good football right now. He got 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions as of right now. So for all those people out there that's been complaining about him, they can't say he throwing interceptions all over the place. So can't argue with that. Sean Payton must have been so hungover. He was still drunk. Man, maybe he was hanging out with Urban Meyer. You know what I'm saying? I heard Urban Meyer was getting his grind on, you know what I'm saying, with a woman that wasn't his wife. Maybe like if you would have swung the camera over next to Urban Meyer, it would have been Sean Payton. So maybe it was a rough night for both of them, man. I don't know. And maybe it affected the play calling. Thinking they are going to fear his name and legacy like he's Lord with a Veldemont or some ish. Sean Payton lost the game. Yeah, I mean the play caller was trash. If the Falcons beat us, we really fall to the floor. Yeah. Let me see. Cowboys secondary is legit. It's going to be a rough week. We don't have an identity at all. Identity should be winning. I don't care. That's what I wish the identity would be. I don't need to see 400-yard game. Just give me some wins, man. They should have won this football game. I hate the Falcons too, but their offense is better than ours, and that's the painful truth. I mean, look, they got a lot of teams' offense better than ours. We rank like 31st, so I think we're only the Jets probably have an offense worse than ours. So yeah, but hopefully, man, help is on the way. The cavalry is coming, and Michael Thomas and Traquan. I mean, look, I like what I see. I think that they got something there with Kenny Stills. I think Jawan Johnson in goal line situations in the red zone, I think that he's a good fit. Adam Troutman need to go sit his ass down. Let me see, Andrews Pete. You know what I'm saying? He's sometimey. I always say he on the ground more than an earthworm. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got guys, you know what I'm saying, like they can't get pressure on a quarterback. And I mean, it's just downright pathetic, man. Like it's sad, man. And and the one thing about Sean Payton, I just feel like, he hurts himself in a lot of these situations. What the hell is Eldrick Rosas still on this football team? Why in the hell is he still here? Somebody please tell me this, huh? They got to have some better kickers out there right now somewhere, okay? You know what I'm saying? They got some kids that's at the local park right now playing soccer right now. I'm pretty sure they could kick the ball between the upright better than Rosas. We call this dude Adiosas for a reason, because he needs to get the hell up out of here. Dude need to be gone, man. You can't make a field goal indoors, no win, no nothing. Like, seriously, man. Like, come on, man. Like, seriously. No win, no nothing. You can't make a field goal. You know what I'm saying? People like, man, 58-yard field goal. Look, bro, straight up. Dude look like Sebastian Janikowski out there kicking field goals. The late Jared Lorenzen, the hefty lefty. Dude should have a big foot. He got a big leg. And this man can't make a field goal to save his life. His life was on the line. Rosas would no longer be with us because he missed the field goal. Dude is straight up garbage. Don't know why Sean Payton continuously does this to himself. The dude showed you that he is not good. The dude should be cut. Cut. Seriously. Like, you know what I'm saying? Will Lutz going to be back in a couple weeks, but please, man, find somebody who out there right now. It's John Carney. I know he about 60. Can he do it? You know what I'm saying? The great Dane Morton Anderson. Maybe he can come up from the podcast, Mike, and kick us a damn field goal. Please. Pretty please. We're going to go to Chris, man. My goodness. How you doing, man?
I'm doing okay. Can you hear me, TJ?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, Chris, man. I'm sorry, man. I had to go on a little tangent about Adios.
No. I got some notes right here on my phone from Aldrich. I was mad tweeting after this game, basically. Here's the first thing I said. Aldrich Rosas need to be cut. You can't make mainly I'm blaming Sean Payton for this. You keep a guy who can't make a 38-yard field goal, and you going to trot him out for a 58-yard field goal? Are you serious? When you punted the previous drive in the same situation, 4th and 3, but guess what? It was 11 yards closer, actually. Right. It would have been a 47-yard attempt. You punted.
Somebody slipped some CBD. Somebody slipped some juicy fruit with THC to Sean Payton today, because clearly he was high today. Had to be.
I'm surprised.
Had to be.
Get him out of here. I know my high school kicker can make a better kick than this.
I can kick a better field goal than that. You know, I'm
saw
serious,
some people tweeting, hey, Taysom Hill, the Swiss Army knife, can he kick a field goal? Is that part of his repertoire?
Yeah, I seen that.
He couldn't be any worse than him. He couldn't be any worse than Rosas.
Look, Paxton, my son, Pac-Man, is 2 years old. He just started soccer, you know what I'm saying, at his local daycare. Maybe we can get him out there. Maybe he can kick a better field goal than Rosas, because, man, I'm telling you, I don't know why is he still here? Like, seriously, why? Like there's other field goal kickers out here, bro. There's
After that,
other guys out here.
after that Patriots game, I'm like, get his butt out of here. Get him out of here. Okay, the one towards the open end of the stadium, yeah, I get it. It's New England, 12 miles an hour. You miss a 38-yard field goal on the opposite side. Are you serious? Get him out. He almost missed all of the extra points. All of them seemed close to the post, basically. Every time he almost missed the extra
Man,
points.
I'm gonna tell you right now. This is when you know you trash. When you can't make field goals indoors. That's when you like, honestly, I can kind of understand like if it's outside elements because the wind is blowing and stuff like that, wind is shifting. You got them flags on top of the, you know what I'm saying, the goalpost. Like I understand that. But 70 degrees, okay, you know what I'm saying, central air and cooling up in that thing. You ain't even got no open, you know, it ain't even no retractable roof. And you stood out there and shank field goals. Dude is trash.
He is
and as long as he's here, and as long as he is here, I'm just thinking that Sean Payton just like losing. I'm just dead serious because this dude, you know, it's gonna be a matter of time before he misses an extra point at the same need. Yeah. I'm just being serious. So,
and look at this in hindsight. Replace Aldrick Rosas with Will Lutz. We win this game by 6 points or more. I believe. I believe Lutz makes a 47 and makes the 58-yarder. I believe. You realize how much you value and miss Will Lutz now when you have a bum like Aldrick Rosas out there. Few more notes before I get out of here. Defense, what the heck is our pass rush? I thought this was supposed to be a really good unit. Where's Cam Jordan? Where is he? Yeah, he stops the run, but where's your hit home plays? Pressure's good and all, but you barely got any pressure at all this game. I thought this was supposed to be an elite like D-line basically, like with a great rotation between Cam Jordan, Carl Granderson, Peyton Turner, who you just spent a first-round pick on, and your D-line, I thought they were supposed to be really good as well. You can't, like you said, the corners, like it looked bad on them because you gave Daniel Jones like 4 or 5 seconds in the pocket every time. A guy's going to be open after that. Once that comes down, you play scramble drill. A guy's going to come open like across his face where he can just throw it. You made him look like Tom Brady out there carving up our defense. That one, and even the interception he had, he was trying to throw a Hail Mary at the end of halftime. It didn't matter. So over 400 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Man, look, when you look at Daniel Jones, like for the Giants to even be in the game more times than not, you got to see him scrambling out the pocket for long runs and stuff like that. You ain't even see that in the game. He just systematically step back there and systematically carve these dudes up. That's what he's doing. Awful.
Their O-line is more banged up than ours.
Yep.
That should tell you something. And they don't even have near half the talent that our guys had. So, like, you're already taking, like, a bad offensive line and making it even worse. And you still couldn't get any pressure. Like, what are you doing?
Hold on. I just see something. Come on, Ernest, dog. Come on, man. Knock it off, man. Knock it off. Knock it off, man. Come on. Come on, man. Look, come on, bro. Like, Loomis, real. Like, come on. You talking about
both
overreaction right there.
They're good more times than not. But,
exactly.
Man, when they off, they off. I think – but to me, the play that was, like, the stupidest, it was just after Jameis Winston threw that nice, beautiful pass to Marquez Callaway for that 58-yard completion. Next drive, here comes Jameis Winston, nearly the same exact play. Let's I got Kenny Steele. It's gonna be a nice 75-yard touchdown. Adam Troutman, what are you doing holding? That 2020 draft class is looking worse and worse every day. Cesar Ruiz looks like sad to say looks like the best player from that draft. And I wanted to murder the Saints when they took him personally. Because I really wanted Patrick Queen or T. Higgins is who I really desperately wanted.
Man, look.
So you hold them. It's like, okay, fine, I get it. You held. You want to take another deep shot? Oh, Taysom Hill's in the game. Okay, so it's going to be like a QB power. Why is he passing? Why is Taysom Hill throwing a direct pass to Deontay Harris, who's 5'6" against a 6'1" corner, when Deontay Harris beat him inside and had him streaking over the middle for the post route if he changed his route. Nah, I'm gonna go straight up the seam on the hash marks with them. My arm causes Deontay Harris, probably the fastest little guy we got out there, to have to stop his route.
Thank you.
And make a jump ball attempt on the flattest little ball I ever seen thrown from.
Not to mention, he's about 5'6", 180 pounds. So
yeah, he's 5'6" and trying to make a jump ball when you just had Jameis Winston throw two really nice, beautiful passes with like the perfect arc dropping in the bucket of your wide receiver, keeping him almost basically in stride. And like for that catch on Callaway, he would have gone further if he had a little bit more separation on him, but the quarterback was right on top of him. Man. And for Kenny Stills, you had him perfect. Why would you do that? Why?
I have no idea. It was just, bro. It was like, bro. It was just awful game. It was awful, man. I'm at a loss. Like,
and when your
bruh,
offense,
if they're making a book based on like how to lose football games, this would be on the top
chapter
shelf.
1, page 1.
Yeah, exactly. On the top shelf at your local library would be the first book.
No.
Like,
we got to give them some credit, DJ. They'd be number 2. Atlanta would be number 1, 28-3.
Man, yeah. I mean, yeah. I'll give him that.
But this wasn't any better. You blew an 11-point lead in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Like,
this
and guess
Falcon-ish.
what? They were out Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Darius Slayton, I think. They were out 2 of their – I think Kenny Galladay's their best wide receiver, so they were out there wide receiver 2 and wide receiver 3.
Yep. And Kadarius Toney was out there, out there dealing.
Kadarius Toney was just bullying poor Paulson Adebo, like on short routes. I'm like, I kept thinking, like in the game, okay, I really like Paulson Adebo. He doesn't match up well, like in this game. Either rotate some help to him or put Bradley Roby in, who you traded a 3rd-round pick for, by the way, and I haven't even seen him on the field at all. That is looking more and more like a wasted pick as time goes on if they don't start using him.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. But
yeah.
I don't know. I just think that was a tough day at the office for Paulson Adebo. I'm not going to hold this game against him. I mean, the dude is, to me, still a good football player. I just think that, it was just a bad game for him. Bad matchup, man. And hopefully he can get it together.
At least some bright spots. This draft class looks pretty good. And last thing I'll say before I get out of here, because I know you got other guys wanting to come on. If you don't win against Washington, your season is in deep jeopardy. Even though you're getting reinforcements back, hopefully in week 6, your season is in bad jeopardy because, let's be honest here, it's going to be really hard to win the division with Tampa Bay and Carolina playing like how they are. Yep. The only way you get into the playoffs is the wild card.
Yep.
To do that, you got to keep match with the NFC West as well as guys within your division, because that NFC West is stacked right now, basically.
Right.
All 4 teams could go to the playoffs, in my opinion.
Yep.
But Jameis Winston, Sean Payton needs to stop his fascination with Taysom Hill. If Taysom Hill is going to be used, use him for what he did besides the passing. QB power and like the really like quick rollout catches, basically.
Yep.
That's when he looked his best personally.
Yep.
And like and blocking. He looked pretty good when it came to protection and blocking.
Yeah.
Don't stop trying to pass him. Just stop it.
I mean, I ain't got no problem with the passes. I mean, he threw a pass, I want to say to Ty Montgomery. That was
let
a
me
short
rephrase
pass.
that. Let me rephrase that. Deep passes.
Thank you. I'm about to say, I don't mind him throwing, man, but
stop with passes over 20 yards.
Yes,
Stop it.
yes,
Just
please.
stop it.
Pretty please.
Either throw it short or medium or done. I'm gonna be sad for the rest of this week.
Man.
Thing I said, I hate this team, never gonna watch it again. I'll see you all next Sunday when the Saints kick off. That's how I feel about this team.
Exactly, man. A roller coaster of emotions, man. Chris, thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. Call back in.
See you, TJ. Who that?
Who that? Man, I'm for real, man. I mean, look, a roller coaster of emotions. Roller coaster of emotions dealing with this football team. James, thank you very much for the $25. Says, I'm a Panthers fan, Saints fans. Don't do this. Turn up next week. The NFC South, the best. I appreciate that, James. I appreciate the love and support, man. Tough day at the office for the Panthers today. But I mean, yeah, the Saints they'll bounce back, but it just, man, I just feel bad for the people that went to this football game. New Orleans native, thank you very much for $5. Says I found the dude who is a great kicker. His YouTube channel is Destroying. Well, they need to call him up then. You know what I'm saying? Call him up. How that so? Tell how that church song say, call him up, tell him what you want. I want myself a kicker. You know what I'm saying? Call him up. Tell him what you want. Tell him what you want. Boy, I need a kicker. We're gonna go to Jerry, man. Jerry. Hey, what's going on, man? Call him up.
What's up, TJ?
What's going on, man? You know that song?
Look.
Jesus on the main line. Jesus
Hey.
on the main line.
Tell them what you want.
Exactly.
That part right there. Look,
Yeah, man. What you got for me though, Jared? What you thought about the game, man?
look, I just want to address that, man. This is why I love coming on here. Sometimes even after a bad, disappointing loss, the Saints witness. Sometimes you just gotta laugh it out, bro. Sometimes you just look like a preacher say all the time. Laughter is like medicine.
Yeah.
Laughter is good for the soul. Whether the Saints have a good game or a bad game, sometimes you just gotta laugh it out and just move on. You just have to. It makes you feel better.
Yeah.
It makes you feel better.
I think around Tuesday or something like that, I might be laughing a little bit more. But like I said, Jared, this was for the city, man. Like that's the only thing. I feel so bad about listening to like some of these stories and what people actually be going through, especially like those on the West Bank, West Wego area. Like these people like are really going through, man, and they really count on this team, as they say space, man. They want something that they can count on. It'll be one thing, like honestly, we know how this team looks defensively going into week one. Like they always give up big plays and all that kind of stuff. But the defense has been playing lights out all season long for the most part. And you finally get back to the city, people ready to turn up because you know what I'm saying. Now y'all got the quote unquote juice boys, a juice box, or whatever the heck you call yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all got this going on, and then all of a sudden y'all go out here. I had to look. I mean, was Brandon Brown out here? You know what I'm saying? Like, was Usama Young out in this thing? You know, I'm looking. I'm like who are the linebackers out here? You know what I'm saying? It looked like straight hot garbage. You know what I'm saying? Straight up hot garbage, man. Like it was just pathetic, man. I'm sorry. It was just a terrible game. Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Well, TJ, it's like I said on Friday when we talked. I said, don't look at the Giants because they have a winless record. Because you don't know which Giants team that you're going to get coming into this game today. And look what we just witnessed. And we mess around and we let them get their first win of the season.
Right.
I said, Friday, don't let this Giants team fool you because they might have something up their sleeve coming into this game. And look what happened in that dome.
I don't even want to call this a trap game.
They came and played ball. You got to give credit where it's due. I understand everybody's upset. I understand you upset, TJ. But me, I'm fine. Even though I was upset, but I'm cool.
Right.
I'm cool. I'm all right. I'm all right with where I am. I don't know about the rest of them. I'll pray for you. But let's move on to the next game. Let's take this loss like human beings and just get ready for the next game. Because next thing you know, we got a bye week coming up. So we're gonna be all right. Just don't lose faith. Just don't lose faith. I just came on here to encourage everybody in the chat. Y'all know how much I love y'all, and same to you, TJ, and everybody else. Just relax. Just relax. Yeah. We got how many games we got now? About what? 13 or 14 to go?
Right. Yeah, about 30. Yeah, we still got a few more games left. But like I said, it was just like what Yeah, look, I think that this team, you know what I'm saying, I think they're going to be fine. Like I said, I just think there was a tough day at the
Absolutely.
office. But what I'm saying is, like, it just what this game actually meant, them coming back to the Superdome. That's like the most that's the worst thing about this whole situation, because you know, I just feel like people needed this victory. You know what I'm saying? People needed to see these guys perform at a high level and get this victory. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that even despite even if how bad they played, if they would have came out on the receiving end of a victory, then I don't think nobody would, you know what I'm saying, nobody would feel as bad. But it's just the fact that they lost and how they lost. But Jerry, I appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much, and call back anytime, man. Thank you for your optimism, man.
Hey, no problem, TJ. And hey, we're gonna talk later this week, but everybody in the chat, y'all, y'all keep saying who that. We still the best team in this thing. You're gonna have some good games and you're gonna have some bad games, win or lose, but just hang in there. And also want to give a shout out to Hootie Jew. I know he had a super chat in there. I'm glad he enjoyed himself despite the loss. That's the thing about that, TJ. When y'all go, when the Saints fans go to the Superdome to watch the team play, whether they win or whether they lose, it's always about having a good time.
Right.
That's my encouragement to all the Saints fans on, not out there in Louisiana and wherever they come from, but also in the chat as well. This is about having fun, y'all. We gonna be all right. Just keep smiling, keep praying. We're gonna be all right. Just relax.
Yep.
We're gonna be just chill. We're gonna be just fine.
Right. I think, I agree with you, man. And Jared, thank you so much for your comments, and call back anytime, man.
I will, TJ. Take care, man.
All right, you too. Yeah, I don't think, I think in losses, I think people always talking about, what the team need to do. This needs to go, that needs to go. Sometimes you can just have bad games, man. This was just a bad game. You know what I'm saying? I don't think nobody, for the exception of Rosas, I don't think nobody else need to go. You know what I'm saying? They need to get his ass up out of there. But besides that, I think everybody else, I think they should be cool, man. It was just a bad game. And you have to give credit to the Giants. I mean, the offensive coordinator, Jason Garrett, called a really good game. And he really, exposed a lot of the inconsistencies. Or, you know what I'm saying, the inconsistencies with the Saints. You know what I'm saying? He picked his spot. And he allowed Daniel Jones to go out there, execute the game plan. He did a really good job at doing that. So I don't think that, people need to be sitting up here talking about Paulson and Debo suck and all that kind of stuff. They're like, dude is a rookie, dude is a young guy, and he's going to have some bad games. But I think he's going to have better games in the future. I think he's going to have better games than he had bad games. So that's the way I feel about it. But we can go to Smallville. Smallville. What's going on, man?
TJ, how you doing this afternoon? Can you hear me?
I'm doing. Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Man, listen, I watched this game, and I got to tell you, I put this loss completely in the lap of Sean Payton. Completely. I mean, Jameis is trying to build consistency with this team, with this offensive line, with these receivers, and it's taking it in and out nonsense. I just don't get it, man. Just don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I just think that there was just some really bad play calling. I just think there was some really bad play calling in this game. They should have done a better job at executing. I just think that he didn't have a really good pulse on the game. I'm talking Sean Payton. But what do you think about the defense and some of the issues they had today?
Well, the defense, the front seven, I think they laid down, man. They didn't support the back end. They didn't support the secondary at all. So everybody talk about Paulson and Debo. Give me a little pressure up front. Just give me a little pressure up front. I mean, you letting this dude stand back there clean.
Man.
And then as far as that touchdown, I think coming straight out that, going into the half, that 48-yard touchdown, I think that should have been a punt instead of them going for it. I mean, instead of them trying for a field goal, that should have been a punt. So they gave Daniel Jones a short field, and they came right out on the field and took advantage of it. Right. I mean, straight up the gut. So, but as far as everyone trying to blame Paulson or Debo, I like the kid. I
Me
mean,
too.
like, give him 6, 8 games, and but still, I focus back on the defense though. Defense, where were you? You was absent. I mean,
Yep.
like you was somewhere hanging out with Adam Troutman. Y'all was, y'all was absent. Yeah, I mean, like I like Cam Jordan, I like Demario Davis, I like these guys, but they wasn't there today.
Nah.
And then you get the Giants win the overtime toss.
Just
You
what
know what this means. You know what overtime toss. You know what it means. If I score a touchdown, game over.
Right. Yeah, I just think that it was just a bad day all in all, man. They just picked a really bad time to play their worst game. But you got any last words, Smallville, before I let you go?
Will Lux, we miss you and we love you. You know, he's a Georgia State kid, so yeah, I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia, so yeah.
Yeah.
And my daughter went to Georgia State, so I seen Will Lux play. So Will Lux, we miss you, we love you. Hurry back on home, son. We need you.
He ain't lying about that, man. I mean, we definitely need him in a major way. But Smallville, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the call.
Yeah, TJ.
All right, take care. Yeah, man. I mean, look, Paulson Adebo had a bad game. I just think that people just have this like misconception about cornerback play. And I just don't want. I know how Saints fans are. I know how some of y'all are. I'm just being real. If a dude have a bad game, then all of a sudden anything that he does, like if he has another game and he gives up a catch, oh, he sucked. Get him out of here. I know how we like to create narratives about players when they have a down game, and then the next game, you know what I'm saying? Like we start amplifying it up, and then all of a sudden he has this reputation for giving up big plays. All I'm saying is the dude had a rough game. If you look at how much time Daniel Jones had in the pocket, if you look at how much time this man had to look between his progressions, to be able to call his mama, knit a sweater, you know what I'm saying, wave to the people in the crowd, and then throw the football, I think that any cornerback, I don't care who it is, it could be Patrick Ramsey, it could be Lattimore, it can be Jair Alexander, it can be Casey Hayward, any one of those cornerbacks that's out here that's known for being locked down, shut down, okay? They would have problems also. So I want people to put that into consideration. Before we go to vintage, let me go ahead and read some of these donations here. New Orleans native, thank you very much for the $10. Says, I know we already touched on it, but the brother name is Donald. He can kick the ball for 60 yards repeatedly. You should check out his channel and let the SOTS subscribers know what you think. Well, look, I'll make sure I check it out. But, I think that Will Lutz on his way back, and I think that we definitely need him in a major way. Damian says, hey, TJ, I'm 100% with you on this loss, letting the fans down in New Orleans. A lot of people in the chat ain't from New Orleans, so they probably won't understand. Just saying. Yeah, man, I mean, look, this isn't about just wins and losses, a game or whatever. This was a game to me, and what I know what this team actually means to the city of New Orleans, man. Like I know they got a lot of Saints fans out there, and I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, but I just feel like the relationship between people that actually are from the city of New Orleans, that grew up there, like y'all know how it is. Like your moods are determined by the Saints winning and losing. Like it's so real that when the Saints win games, crime go down in the city. You know what I'm saying? Like when they lose, crime go up in the city. Like people's emotions are really tied to this city. And you know what I'm saying? Like they make you feel good about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if they not playing well, you don't feel well. It is a love connection between the city of New Orleans, the people of New Orleans, Gulf Coast region. I add them in that thing too. And the Saints team. We're gonna go to vintage. Vintage, how you doing, man?
Oh, what's up, brother?
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. I'm from Florida, man. I was a former Bucks fan, but
Mhm.
I'm sticking with my boy Jameis, bro.
Yeah.
It's really nothing I can really say about the game, man. It's just bad all around. I just really wanted to speak about now. I see a lot of people, not probably in this chat and a lot of other chats, trying to blame Jameis for this game. Like he had any. I don't think he even had anything to do with this loss.
At all.
I mean, the man threw 2 deep passes. He had 1 deep pass. He damn near threw two deep touchdowns. He didn't throw an interception, didn't fumble, made all the right decisions.
Right.
Then I'm not trying to hate on Taysom Hill. I'm not. But he came in, he threw it in. I mean, he did good today. He threw an interception.
Right.
But I don't see any hate on his part.
Let me tell you something, Vintage. I'm just being. I don't know how many shows of the State of Saints podcast you watch.
I watch them all the time.
Okay, I appreciate that. But I always say this: you got individuals out there. No matter what Jameis does, you know what I'm saying, that's positive. They're going to minimize the positive attributes about him. They're going to amplify the negative attributes, like if he throw an interception or he puts the ball into harm's way from time to time. They're going to amplify that because the narrative is that he's not a good quarterback. And a lot of these people out here, you know what I'm saying, will never get on that train. Rather, it's the fact that they don't feel like he's a good quarterback or the fact that he's a black quarterback. I'm just being serious. They got a lot of racist individuals out there that don't like this dude based on the color of their skin, and they rather see a white guy behind center. Straight up. Sorry,
okay.
If that's not what some people want to hear here on the show, I don't care. It is what it is. It is not this dude's fault, like you said, Vintage. This dude had absolutely nothing to do with this loss. Everything that Jameis was asked to do, he did well on today. You didn't see a bunch of drop passes, you know what I'm saying, the low passes. He threw the ball where it needed to go. He made really good decisions. He threw the ball down the field. So if you're just around here talking about, oh, Jameis, he ain't it, this, that, and the third, then you will never like this dude. You will never value what this dude actually brings to the table. Find yourself another team, you know what I'm saying, and take your, you know what I'm saying, your hate or your bad analysis or your prejudices somewhere else. Because this dude had absolutely, and honestly, that dude would be at the bottom of the list when it comes to who's responsible for this loss. Seriously.
I can't. What could he have possibly done
Nothing.
to lose them this game?
Not a thing.
Sean Payton was calling vanilla plays damn near the whole game. He ran with on the third down. He ran with Taysom Hill. I knew he was gonna do that.
For real. Everybody knew it.
I mean, I knew he was going to run. If you 9 times out of 10, if he got Taysom Hill in there, he gonna run the ball.
Yep.
Come on.
Yep.
You got to be Stevie Wonder not to notice that.
Everybody could see that. Everybody see that. Yeah, and even Stephen Wonder could see. Look, I understand. I mean, Taysom as a ball carrier today, he did a really good job as a power back. You know what I'm saying? So it just did not make sense. Like, it didn't make sense for him to come into the game cold, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you expect this man to come in cold as ice, throwing the ball down the field. Now, keep in mind, Vintage, he already struggles in game time, in game situations, throwing the ball down the field. So you expect this man to come in cold as ice, dry as a bone, if you will, in the words in boxing term, and throw the ball down the field, and you expect this man to look like Mahomes when he do it? Man, knock it off, man. Like, that don't make any sense whatsoever at all, man. But you have anything else, man?
Man, and I just want to talk, man. Adebo, man, come on, man. Y'all can't, come on. That boy had time. That boy Daniel Jones had time to go to bed and travel in the time machine to see Marty McFly in Back to the Future. Man, for real. Come on, man, and come back.
I mean, he had
Are
all
you
that,
serious?
It's amazing. It's amazing. Like,
hey, y'all trying to blame that man for the man had so much time. The man had so much time in the pocket. Deion Sanders couldn't guard that.
Man, nobody could guard that.
No way, man. No way, man.
Man, shouts out to Saints reporter. Nick Underhill. Nick Underhill, he was at the game. He said that Daniel Jones and one of them plays, I want to say maybe in the fourth quarter, he said this dude had 5.6 seconds to deliver the football. You know what I'm saying? That's a lifetime. That is a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? To be in a pocket. So I don't know, man. But Vintage, man, I appreciate the call, man. Thank you. And I definitely agree with you, my friend. Anybody hating on this man, like they just ain't never gonna get on board. But appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Thank you,
right.
brother.
All right, take it easy. Yeah, man. I mean, look, anybody blaming Jameis, sit down. Let's see. JL says this loss should be a wake-up call for Coach Payton and the team. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to make sure that you bring it every single game. I definitely agree with that. But we can go ahead and finish up these calls. I'm gonna go with God of Creation. What's going on, man? How you doing? God of Creation, are you there? My man went to sleep. My bad, man. my man went to sleep, man. He took too long. My man snored it. My man went to sleep. Hey, man. my man snoring, man. My man called sheep. My man. Man, sucking his thumb, man. Man, we're gonna go to T Smitty. T Smitty, man, what's going on? Oh my goodness, man. What you got, man?
I do it. Ow.
My man got a blanket on.
Man.
Oh my goodness, I needed that laugh, man. T Smitty, man, what you got for us, brother?
Hey, I'm a Bucks fan, but I'm one of those rational football fans. And it's funny how the narrative from Jameis goes. Even that game last week, he could throw a screen pass. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord Jesus, the pass was dangerous. And the problem is that I was saying this in the offseason when I was peeping his quarterback competition. Sean Payton's ego is his team's downfall. Because Jameis, if you look up his red zone stats, he only thrown 4 picks in the red zone, had like 80 touchdown passes. He's one of the best red zone quarterbacks in the league. And you have to maximize that. Now, I understand with 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, you want the battering ram to run the ball. Cool. But the guy is dealing. He has to build rapport with these guys. And he's hot. And the dude's on, think like 8 or 9 touchdowns, 2 picks now. So all the people going, see, he's the same guy.
Right.
They've been quiet.
Yeah.
And so I believe that Payton has to ride this guy because you don't want to put in his head that if he makes any little mistake that he's going to get benched or pulled because that will mess up a quarterback's head.
Right.
So I think that this game was lost because sometimes I don't care how good your defense is, your secondary. If you don't get pressure, you're done.
Yep.
And I hate the narrative. People say, "Oh, he holds the ball too long." Daniel Jones held the ball for a long time because they didn't get pressure.
Right. Right. None. Ain't getting no pressure, man. It was like, dude had all the time in the world, man. All the time in the world. I'm like, wow. I was just in shock, man. I'm like, are they even? It was so pathetic, man. Like one of the play, like the long when he was in the pocket for like 5.6 seconds, it was almost like the offensive line. If you ever seen like a big grown man and a little boy, you know what I'm saying, pushing at the grown man or whatever like that, trying to move him out the way. That's what it looked like with the defensive line of the Saints going at the offensive line of the Giants. You're like, you trying to push him out of the way. Like, that's what it looked like, man.
Yeah, because I remember like with Jameis last year in Tampa, the Bucks went up big on the Giants with Daniel Jones' first start. Right. Just like Sean Payton did today, Bruce Arians went turtle and started being super conservative, and they made a comeback and they won the game. Yep. You cannot turtle and tuck your tail and run this league. Right. You have to put your foot on their necks and also to be build confidence in your team. Because I just believe it's that he's getting used to this offense.
Right.
Heck, Tom Brady struggled first year of the offense at Tampa. He wasn't like a well-oiled machine. It took him some weeks.
Right.
And he had better receivers than what they got in the Saints now. We're just being fair.
Mm.
It takes time, but you have to build that continuity, hell or high water, good times, bad. And when people talk about interceptions, turnovers, if the defense makes a play or an underthrown ball, so you can live with that. You can say shake it off. It's the bad decision fumbles. That's what you don't live with. But people just look at box scores and don't watch the game. But and my last thing is the Debo, you can't do that. Hey, everybody has a bad game. You know, everybody does. It happens. You learn from it. But when your kicker miss kicks, hey, I'm an Alabama fan. I grew up in Montgomery, Alabama. So hey, I know this. Well, we had our
my wife
kicker.
That's my wife's hometown, man. Shouts out to Montgomery, man. That's my wife's hometown.
Hey, Bama State. That's one second. I got pulled for them. Sorry, but Jackson State. But when you miss kicks, right? The Bucks had bad kickers for years. Alabama did. You miss them chasing those points. And the thing that got me was, why did you not go for it when it was shorter, but kick a field goal when it's longer? Sometimes when you're there, just go with it. And plus, you might, like the one brother said, you got to just punt it because you're giving them a short field. Right. If you don't, you're actually losing yardage if you attempt a 58-yard kick because people don't realize the ball is given to where that ball was kicked from. And so that's something I just think Sean Payton has to tell Taysom Hill, I know you got Polaroids on me somewhere like your Urban Meyer, and just say, hey, look, we can't be certain we can't, he's got to just say, forget it, because you got this guy here who has all the talent in the world. I admit it, he does. But you have to build that rapport, keep that rhythm. Like Jameis was in a rhythm today.
Yeah.
And you have to keep that going. He's cooking. And he's great in the red zone. And plus, if you know, they was in a lot of cover too when James was in the game. That opened up a lot of run lanes because once you play in zone, you can run them out of it. And that helps as well. But then they crowd that line. So unless he's throwing a Tim Tebow pass, what are you there for? But I just want to chime in, man. But you always do good work, man. I always tune in anyway. Even though you're a fan of the team, but I still got to tune in.
I appreciate that, man. It don't seem like we get along on no level. Alabama State, Tampa, man. But still, man, it's all love, man. It's all love, man. I appreciate the call. I mean, look, I ain't got no problem with the Crimson Tide. You know what I'm saying? I like you know what I'm saying? I like LSU and stuff like that. I don't have no problem with Alabama, but yeah, man. But I appreciate the call. Thank you so much, man. And call back anytime, my friend.
All right, peace, good brother.
All right, take it easy, man. Yeah, man, T. Smitty. I mean, look, my wife, man, she's from Montgomery. Wife graduated from Tuskegee, Alabama. Got a master's at Troy. So, yeah, man, she's definitely Alabama girl. Let's see. Let's go move on. Let's see. Damian said you got on the wrong T-shirt on this show, homie. LSU. It's amazing, man. They got a lot of Louisiana people who like Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Like my guy, Glenn Bell, he plays safety at Southern University. He's a huge Alabama fan. Shouts out to my cousin Rob. You know what I'm saying? Robbie from the city. He an Alabama fan. So he got quite a few that I know. Wait, I hope these people who want Mike T back aren't the same people who wanted him gone because how he responds to Breed's lack of knowledge against racial injustice. Yeah, Alpha, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of hypocrisy going on right now, but that goes to show you how irrational people are. You know what I'm saying? They do good. Oh, we need to keep them. They need to uptick them. He drop a pass or he miss an interception or he get beaten coverage or get him up out of here. Our emotion from first down to second down is incredible in the Who Dat Nation. And finally, we're going to go to Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf, how you doing, man?
What's going on, TJ?
All right. I want to make sure you ain't sleep now. I ain't wake you up then. Man, what you got for us, Lone Wolf? What you got for us, man?
Man, I think the Saints was just as asleep as my boy just was. You know what I'm saying, man? I think they hit the snooze button a few times before they started today.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, man. I just think that like God of creation, man, they definitely went to sleep in a full quarter. You know what I'm saying? Like they were asleep, man. They giving up 11 points in a full quarter. They definitely went to sleep, man. No doubt about that. What man? What's your overall opinion of the game, man? What was the, what was the good, the bad, the ugly in your eyes, Longbow?
Man, okay, so the good was definitely Jameis and the receivers showed up today. Like everything that we was, talking trash about and critiquing in the following weeks or the previous weeks, they showed up today. And I'm like, Alvin ran for 100 yards. I'm like, oh man,
yeah, which is real
good to be
and
true.
No receptions. And no receptions. Like he didn't catch the ball out of the backfield for the first time in his entire career. He ran between the tackles all game long. Wow. Incredible. Yeah, that never happened. This dude ran for 100. This dude rarely ever runs for 100 yards rushing. I mean, he gets his touches over 100 yards of total yards, but he ran like you said, everything that we've been talking about offensively that they need to exercise, they did today, and they still lost.
It's in the defense that everything that we were harping on that they changed about themselves. Right. Oh, they don't give up leads in the fourth no more. We ain't got to be at the edge of our seats. We don't need the blood pressure medication anymore. But here we go.
Yep.
Feeling quiet, familiar. And just like you said, when I knew that when that coin toss went up, I said, bro, they going to win.
Yep. I knew
I was like, it's over. I knew it too. I felt it. I was like, yep.
Yeah.
The defense just wasn't there. They was tired too. That's also something that they don't realize. The defense was tired, man. That 3 and out really hurt the defense in the fourth quarter, man.
Right.
It was ridiculous. And Shine really got to look in the mirror about that, because that was it's unacceptable at home in front of all the fans that as your core fans, the fans that love the Saints more than anybody else. They there. And you come out and play like this, man.
Bruh, the list that I can go on of quarterbacks that come into the Superdome and crunch situations that end up beating the Saints. It's not like, I'm saying, I'm about to name Mahomes and Brady. We talking Jimmy Garoppolo, who's struggling right now to keep his job. Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff, who basically got traded for a box of jelly beans. You got Daniel Jones, who nobody really consider as an elite quarterback. Man, you got Ryan Fitzpatrick, the reason why this show even exists today, throwing for 400 yards. It is so amazing. Like it's a bunch of bottom feeding quarterbacks. Like when a big name quarterback come through, they're gonna step up to that because they want to prove that they belong. But when I'm talking about the most mediocre, erratic quarterbacks you can find coming to the Superdome in big time situations and get the victory over the Saints. I mean, you can even even in crush situations you want to talk about in the realms of the playoff. Case Keenum, like it's amazing to me, like how in big time situations when games really mean something, rather it's emotionally or like literally, they lay the egg and it beat the quarterbacks, bruh. They'll play the Saints like they world beater next week and then go throw for 120 yards in the following game. Boy, that's the kind of stuff that bothers me, man. You can't say that you're a good game when you got people like this. No disrespect. I understand Daniel Jones has some good qualities, but I don't think anybody's going to put him in the top 5 category of quarterback play.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
absolutely not. They can't just like looking at the cards today, nobody picked the Giants that I know. Right. Nobody.
Nope.
It was almost for certain. They were going off of the morale of the game. Like, man, they came back home. Like, the Saints ain't losing this game. That's what people went off of. They didn't even go off of the talent and the injury report. They went off of the fact that we went back home.
Right.
They thought that should be good enough for them to win.
And it should have been.
It should have been. And I was just gonna say that. It literally should have been. And so it's like, the defense, the special teams didn't look good today either, if we're going to be honest. I don't know, like we said, I don't know what's up with this Rosas, whatever his name is. I don't even care to know the man's name when he plays.
Man, I was just about to say that. I can care less what his name is, man.
You roll size playing like roll slaw. That's what you playing like, boy. Looking like straight slaw out there. And then he always got that squint in his eyes. He just know the camera coming straight to his face. He just know it's coming right there. Ah, damn.
Right.
Did I see that right? Did I calculate that right?
Right.
Yeah, no.
Right.
No.
Nah, bro, you know,
man.
Yeah, dude, trash, man. But Lone Wolf, man, thank you so much for your comments, man. Thank you for calling in. I really do appreciate it, man.
Man, thank you, man. Have a good one, man. We'll be all right.
Yeah, we'll be fine, man. But this one stings. Yeah, take it easy, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Lone Wolf. My mom says, your grandma said the missed tackle by Malcolm Jenkins and the fact that the defense went to sleep caused us the game. I agree, Grandmama. I love you. Hope you're feeling better. Man, this is bad, man. I'm sorry, man. It was just bad. Like, I understand, like, the season ain't over, but bro, what this game actually meant, and you know what it means to the city. This was embarrassing, man. Yeah, that missed tackle by Malcolm Jenkins was terrible. Like I said, but you gotta give the Giants some credit, man. You gotta give the Giants some credit. And I just knew that they was gonna lose this game. If the Giants won that coin toss, because the issues that the Saints were dealing with, you're not gonna just fix that from drive to drive. The Giants literally had those guys numbered, and there was nothing that they can really do about it. There was nothing they can do about it. They couldn't get pressure. They couldn't get pressure the entire game. So what made us think that they could get pressure this game? Anytime they had, like, you know, short yardage situations, they'll run the ball on first down, 2nd and 7s, 2nd and 5, they getting first downs. Like, there was nothing that the Saints did that I would just sit back and say, you know what? They about to come out here and get this stop. They about to get this ball back. I knew they wouldn't. But the more things changed, the more they stay the same. Because I came on this show a couple weeks ago and I said it's good to have a team in crunch situations that have a defense that can actually make stops. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, do I wish I didn't say those words. Dada, thank you very much for $2. Said this is why the media trash us the way they do. Justifiably so. Justifiably so. Too many egos going on around here. And it's too much of making things harder than what they actually have to be in the Saints organization. If you're running the football and you're running the football well, run it until they stop you. If you got a quarterback that's getting the ball down the field and making big plays, do it until it stops you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but bring it, you know what I'm saying? Like, have all this momentum, got the dome rocking, got people all excited, and then all of a sudden you just come out here with this nonsensical curveball crap. It's just pathetic, man. I'm going to read a few more comments, then we're going to get up out of here. Eric says, not even the Giants picked the Giants. We going to be all right, though. A lot of meat left on the bone. Yeah, we're going to be all right, man, but this one sucked. The kicker that Shank be named, Shelp be named. Look, what he shouldn't have no name. Honestly, he shouldn't have no jersey because he should get cut. Like, honestly, if the Saints still got this dude on their roster, man, I'm questioning. I'm questioning them. I'm questioning them as a staff, organization, and mother-loving crew. I'm serious, because there's no way in the world this dude should still be on your. This dude is showing you everything you needed to see. He misses extra points. He misses short kicks. He misses 40-yard kicks. And finally, he missed 50-yard kicks indoors. So, therefore, that tells you everything that you need to know. The dude is not good. So, if you keep on having this dude out here kicking these field goals, it just tells me that you don't want to win. You don't want to win. If this man would have made the 58-yard field goal, then we talking about, you know what I'm saying, instead of them having to kick a field goal to tie the game over full quarter, they have to score a touchdown in order for them to have a go-ahead lead. Trash. Dude is trash, man. Why this dude still on the team after that New England game is beyond me. Back to Black and Gold says the deep balls were there all game, but Sean said he got to get his baby some spotlight. About this. Let me see. Swag fan Y. The guy is a Legend Hall of Fame Giant legendary player. He's supposed to root for his team. Yeah, man, look. We expect, you know what I'm saying, like some of us watch football night in America, we expect Drew Brees to still root for the Saints. So why Michael Strahan can't root for the Giants? Left hook Rosas needs to go. Oh man. Like the Eagles fan said to an awful player, I hope you get cut. Saints just need to start living in a hotel during the season and kept comfortable. Oh man, yeah. Maybe that's what it is. To black and gold, but it would mean more money for Jameis Winston. Man, who cares, man? At this point, I just want to win. You know what I'm saying? If you were thinking about the bottom line, or are we going to have to pay him if he play good next year, then you need to get fired too. Good coach or not. Jimmy said, not sure how Rosas even made the NFL. I don't know. I don't know how he's still on the team. He wants to win, but because of Taysom Hill, not Jameis. Rosas, you bum. I don't know, TJ. That's true. I don't think it's about getting Taysom Hill some shine. I just think that it's more about him and his ego than it is about trying to shun Jameis and trying to elevate Taysom. I feel like he wants to like I've said this before for some of the new viewers of the State of the Saints podcast. I've said this before. Sean Payton, and since my grandma, I know she's listening because she asked a question. It's kind of like my grandmother. My grandmother used to go to garage sales, and my grandmother would get like a bunch of things from these garage sales. And when we rolling up the street, she would call my grandfather, and my grandfather would be standing outside waiting, to unload the van full of the stuff that my grandmother gets, and he's shaking his head like, where we gonna put this stuff at? Where we gonna put it? Like, what do we need all this stuff? But anyway, my point that I'm trying to make is he enjoys finding different things and trying to make them work, right? Things that a lot of people feel like, other teams wouldn't have a use for. He would try to find these people, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this guy's an undrafted free agent. His name is Callaway, but look, I can make him go down the field, you know what I'm saying, on the deep pass, and he got good hands. Oh, this undrafted 5'6" guy, you know what I'm saying? I can turn him into a special teams dynamo. Oh, this guy Taysom Hill, you know what I'm saying? He plays quarterback, but I can make him run in between the tackles. I can make him catch the ball like a tight end. It is about him finding different things for these guys to do in order to elevate his genius. I don't think it has anything to do with trying to play Jameis. I really don't. I just think that it's his own ego is the issue. That's what it is. It is his ego. That is the issue here. That is what we're facing. It's about him just not allowing things to be the way that they are. It's about him not understanding and reading the room. If you got a quarterback that's cooking, leave him in a game. If you got a running back that's out here getting 5-6 yards a clip, keep running the football until they stop you. But coming up in here trying to change things up with triple reverses and flea flickers, why? Why, man? Like, honestly, like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, it to me, it's like going to a suit and tie fair with clown shoes on. Like, why? Like, what's the point of you having on some Bozo the Clown shoes at a suit and tie fair? It don't match. It don't make sense. What he did when Jameis Winston just threw a deep pass to Kenny Stills that got called back and bring Taysom Hill in to do the same thing was absolutely asinine. Kicking a field goal with a guy from 58 yards who struggles kicking a field goal from 38 yards is just asinine. It just does not make sense at all. It just don't. How many times do you have to see something for you to understand it? It isn't like this is the first time we've seen these type of situations come back and backfire on the Saints. So we'll finish it up. Jameis played good. He was accurate. The kicker, well, I'm a loss for words, to say the least. But I want to say thank you all for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. State of the Saints podcast is brought to you by Manscaped.com. Use the promo code State of Saints. Save 20% off. That's all one word, State of Saints. Also brought to you by DraftKings.com. Use the promo code TPPN for your chance to win exclusive prizes with DraftKings. Also, there's a contest right now where if you put $1 in, they'll put $150 towards your game. So if you bet on any game with DraftKings, they will give you an additional $150 credit. Use the promo code TPPN. And also want to thank the Pigskin Podcast Network, also official home of the State of the Saints podcast. Thank you to all the people that called in. My final thoughts is, once again, I apologize I feel like the Saints need to apologize to the city of New Orleans, Saints fans all over. Hopefully they'll be able to bounce back against the Washington football team, but that won't be an easy feat. They just hope that they learn from their mistakes and play better defensively next week, and we can just move on into the bye week, hopefully with some momentum with the Saints being 3-2, because the schedule is only going to get harder down the stretch. So games like this, you can't afford to lose. So you definitely got to win a game against a football team, and you got to be motivated going into the game next week. Before you leave, I ask that everybody gives a thumbs up. If you like the State of the Saints podcast, give a thumbs up. Let everybody know you enjoy the show. Also, subscribe to the channel. We're very close to 7,000 subscribers, so we need your help. If you're not subscribed to the channel and you watch the show consistently, I would ask that you just go ahead and hit that subscription button. Also, check out Facebook.com, search The State of the Saints podcast. On Twitter at TJJones8, TJAY Jones8. Previous episodes available on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Anchor FM. Thank you all so much. Hope you have a good evening, night, morning, whenever you're checking out this podcast. And like always, all I got to say is, who dat?